Hi everyone, it's Alex, and in case you need some company while braving the long lines during Black Friday shopping, I am here to do the Black Friday book tag. Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse messaged me telling me about this tag that Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading came up with, and the questions here, I thought they were a lot of fun. I think a lot of them I'm thinking very much more hypothetically or abstractly, which I think made it fun on my part. So if you're someone like me that doesn't really even do Black Friday shopping because I've had my fair share of working in malls during Black Friday shopping, I think doing this tag is a much better alternative. Question 1 asks, what book would I wait in line for at 2 a.m. in the freezing cold to buy? And I think, thinking like into the future maybe, I would love if a memoir or something by like Greta Gerwig came out, because reading about how she wrote the screenplay or script for like Lady Bird, and then also her experience being an actress in Frances Ha, and I think she's just like a really lovely person, so I would love to read that. Question 2 asks, would I ever fight someone for a book? If so, what book? I'm a bit disappointed that this question isn't asking me who I would ever fight, but if I had to pick a book, maybe again thinking like a bit into the future or hypothetically, if Elena Ferrante ever came out with the 5th book or 5th installment in the Neapolitan novels, I would definitely snatch that from somebody. And like if it was like a limited edition thing, so if there was only like 100 copies and there was 1 copy in the bookstore, I would think about fighting someone and then play it out in my head and then give up and buy something else. Question 3 asks, what signed first edition would you sacrifice a body part for, and what body part? I think it would be cool to have the first signed edition, or the first edition, if anything, of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And I think I read also that Jane Eyre wasn't even published under Charlotte Bronte's real name. I think it was a pseudonym, so I think that would be really interesting. If I had to sacrifice a body part, I'd probably pick my middle finger on my right hand, because when I was younger, my sister slammed my finger against a door because I was telling her how excited I was about our dad plugging up the Nintendo 64. So if anything, I can get rid of this finger, and then if I had to, I could sell that first edition of Jane Eyre and then get a robotic finger. Question 4 asks, what's the best deal you've ever gotten for a book? And you can see it right here, and this is a manual for cleaning women. I'm gonna put it right here too for clarity, but I got it for like $1 at my local bookstore, and I think that's a really good deal. Question 5 asks, Black Friday reading or shopping? And it's funny because I wonder if I chose reading, I wonder if I'd have to get up at like midnight like some people do for shopping and then read all night, but either way I would always pick reading. Question 6 asks, what's the longest I'd wait in line for a signing by my favorite author? And right now the first person that came to mind was Marilyn Robinson, so maybe like half an hour maybe, but I would love to get up there and ask Marilyn Robinson what to do with my life, because I have a feeling she would know, or at least I would listen to her. And question 7 asks, what booktuber would I most like to visit, or most like to wait in the same line with? And this is a very dangerous question because there's so many of you I would really feel grateful to meet, but if I had to pick someone, it would be Jo Smith. And I know all of you know who that is because Jo always comments on my videos, and I see her on your guys' videos commenting too, and she leaves the most thoughtful comments, and I always really appreciate them. But again, the reason this question is so dangerous because I have a lot of answers for this, and I thought of like things that would happen if I with certain booktubers if I ever waited in a line with, but my imagination always leads to the same ending no matter who it is, and it would likely end with us waiting in line and then the line's getting really long and we've maybe run out of things to say, and then I keep interrogating you about who your favorite contestant on Great British Baking Show is. Alright, and that seems like everything, but the real last thing here is, you know, encouraging you to do this tag. If you're like me and not doing the Black Friday shopping bit, maybe this tag will be for you instead, and I really appreciate Jason telling me about this tag, and I appreciate Kelly even more for coming up with it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.